Years, thanks to the research of Mr. Beckham and his associates, that Digisonde is a company that has created some nifty H.A.R.P triangulation measurement sensors. One such sensor is shown at the top of this article. Here you see a snapshot from the Beckham video showing a map with push pins located at 3 points. One push pin is located at Gilbertsville, Kentucky. The next is located at Beebe, Arkansas, and the third is located at H.A.R.P, Louisiana. I believe you can click on the image to see a larger view. This map is located in the upper left-hand corner. Now keep in mind, people, I will be putting up this image once again as a download for you guys to get a closer look to actually see what it is that we're talking about. Now in the center of this image, you see the Digisonde 7 and 4 antenna sensor array detection pattern. They look like pyramids. It's really important to note, however, that the triangles making up these pyramids are 120-degree angles. This is very important to take note of, or you will not see how critical this point is. Evidently, when using these sensors to pinpoint a particular location, you must place the sensors at or near where the 120-degree triangle's 3 points are located in such a manner that you can detect the output of ionospheric energy to ensure that the center point of the energy is going to be located precisely where you want it. This is hard to explain properly with words, so I included this image to help illustrate this concept a little better. And here you see the epicenter between, or at the center of the 120-degree triangulation. Hopefully you can see the 3 yellow push pins on the map marking the towns mentioned above. These create a 120-degree triangle. The center of the long line between the 2 furthest points is where the auroral ionospheric energy will be at maximum during H.A.R.P transmission. By using these Lowell Digisonde international sensors, H.A.R.P can be aimed at approximate locations and then fine-tuned to ensure the energy field is precisely on target. Each of these towns, Gilbertsville, Kentucky, Beebe, Arkansas, H.A.R.P, Louisiana, where the birds had been killed. Bingo. Just want to say thank you, John, once again for writing this article. Let's move on to the next episode. More proof. Okay, guys, here's the next set of proof sheets I got that tells the story here. I got these from Jenny. She, like I said, she's the one that's doing the research here, so all credit goes to Jenny. I'm just the avenue to get the information out to you guys because this is very important. Now, first here, I'm going to show you a map, and this map signifies location or locations, I should say, of Digisonde H.A.R.P receivers. Now, we start up here at the top left, and you see the blue star that says Gakona. Well, that station, that's the location of the H.A.R.P facility in Alaska. Keep in mind there are also facilities in Sweden, Norway, China, and Russia, and I'm sure there are more stations around than that. Anyhow, let's see, the blue stars represent the blue stars represent internet data collection facilities. Okay, the red and green stars represent Digisonde receivers that were installed between 2008 and 2010. Now these are H.A.R.P calibration data gathering stations. Now, I'm going to go ahead and take you over to the next map. And this map here is a global seismic hazard map. Okay? Now, the lines on this map are connected to, and I'm going to zoom in on this for you guys here so you can see what I'm talking about. All the stars here, the little blue stars represent kill zones. Now, these kill zones are where, the birds and animals have been dying mysteriously, okay? Now, I want you to notice up here at the top, we have, in Alaska, once again, the Gakona facility. All right, now I want you to follow the lines and where they connect. You see right here at the center point, the 3 stars there, those are the 3 places in Louisiana and Arkansas and Kentucky that originally started reporting bird kills. That's right at the center of these lines here, okay? And keep on going down, you'll see there's Florida, where there's been some reported kills, and then on down to Brazil. All right, perfect line, right? And then going over here, you've got Sweden. Sweden's reported, and I will read Jenny's explanation of these lines here in a minute. Anyhow, the global seismic hazard map indicates where seismic activity is, all over the world. White being the minimal activity and going on up through red and brown, which means extreme activity. Now let's take you over to the next map here. And there's an overlay. Hopefully I can get to it here. Bear with me as I'm using this. Bear with me as I use this chart here and this screen capture software. But let's move on. I'm gonna bring this up here, enlarge it. Here are more locations of kills, and if you look, if you pay close attention and you start connecting the dots, these all go in lines. And keep in mind that these are all receivers, Digison receivers, that have been installed around the world. That's the overlay there. And look along the lines of to where these Digison receivers are at. Okay? Now let me move on to Jenny's explanation of the lines and whatnot, because once again, she puts it in words better than I ever could. So let me go ahead and bring that up, her explanation here. Okay, and she says, because the maps use 2 different projection systems, I had to distort the aspect on the Digison 1 to match up the continent lines as well as possible. On the first map, the stars indicate major bird or fish kills. She says, I may have missed some, or there may be more recent developments. And then she says, still, with the continent lines mostly matched up, you can see on the last graphic where the Digison receiving stations are. Note the line extending from Gakona, Alaska to Port Orange, Florida. The New Madrid cluster is right along the line, and the Rio de Janeiro kill point also has a Digison in the neighborhood. The line to Sweden kill site also passes through a cluster of receiving stations. Keep in mind there is an ionospheric heater in that vicinity too. So these animal deaths might be a result of the various heater stations working together to connect up a network. They would be measuring, adjusting phase synchronization with the various Digisons. So that's her explanation, and I'll put up, once again, I'll put up images of these maps and download links in the More Info section. So let's move on to the next episode.